it. 7 o'clock, we'll call a meeting order, we'll start out saying the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, we'll start out with public comment. I'll remind you, again, I did the last board meeting, I kind of got carried away with that special one. You got 2 minutes to speak, and you ain't gonna have nothing to say during our meeting to the end of the next public comment, so. Anybody got anything they wanna say?
I'm just curious if we could get an update possibly on Wolverine and their plans for the park. If we've had anything, if there's anything new that they brought any forward. So at some point, if you guys could just let us know what's going on. Great. Good question.
Anybody else?
I want to say thank you to my staff from the election yesterday. I had an incredible staff. We had 1,142 voters, 47 voters. It was a lot, and it's a lot of pressure, and they do an outstanding job, and I just appreciate that.
Right on.
Thank you, Patty, for keeping that staff rolling.
Yeah.
Anybody else? Okay. Move down, get a motion to approve the agenda and accept the consent agenda.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second it.
Motion by Nancy, second by Leish. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion carried. Get a motion to accept the consent agenda.
I'll make a motion to accept the consent agenda.
I'll second it.
Go ahead.
Before we go forward, since we had a motion, I have a question on 2 bills. I don't know if it's now or later.
It would be now.
Okay,
Where's the folder?
Oh, but you leave it there on that table?
I handed it to Lisha.
Yeah, I left it out there.
well, sorry, you
I'll
can
go
get
get
it.
it.
Okay, pretty easy.
Okay.
But I'll wait for him. All right.
I didn't see it, so I wasn't sure.
Sorry.
That's
that was
all
my
right.
fault.
Excuse me. Our roof repair. What roof? What did they do?
Is that the one Mike did?
Yeah.
It was the one that was leaked at the end of the clothing department.
Okay, so what was that roof?
Yeah, and
Okay.
then he's the one that checked our new roof.
What about the inspection from Carmen?
Mike
Probably
met
best
with
you
them.
didn't know.
I know,
he,
I wanna know. So does everybody else.
Yeah, he came, looked at it, and he told me just to cop where it's coming up at, and when the springtime comes, he will get us stuff to put on it. But, you know, why should we do it if it's under warranty?
Did he at all have an idea what caused it?
Nope.
No?
He says we got what we paid for.
Yeah.
He said supposedly we didn't have hardly any money, so they put us on the cheapest thing they could.
He did tell us he was trying to save some money, I remember that part.
Cause I asked him, I emailed him after Mike, had come back and said that wasn't covered in, cause the seams are separating, is that what it is, Mike?
Yeah,
Some of the seams?
they're lifting up just a little bit, and right alongside the gym wall, there was lifting there, and a weed was growing No, we
said,
pulled it, he told me to get caulk it up, caulk where the seams are. And when, because of the weather being cold, can't do nothing, when springtime comes, he would get us stuff so we can get up there and go over where the seams are lifting up.
Did he put the warranty in writing?
yeah, it's nice, but he said that this is just normal maintenance,
Yeah,
that, and when I asked him if it was covered under warranty, he said it's not leaking into the building, so it's not covered under warranty. Was-
And we are responsible for the maintenance of it,
Yeah.
and to keep it
Right.
clean.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, second, Bill?
Yeah, you and yo, what is the quarterly review under consulting services for 6/30/22 balances?
I met with Megan and reviewed the quarterly report. And that was in our budget for me to do that as part of my training.
A budget to do that is part of your training. What training?
My yearly training. When we did the audit last year, that was one of the things that we needed to do.
To find out what, to see if you're doing it right, I'm
To make
expand a
sure
little
that I
bit.
do it, to make sure that I'm doing my reports right.
So we need to do that on top of having yearly audit? So you go see them 4 times a year and then
I
they have an
don't
audit
go,
too?
I don't go 4 times a year, that's the only time I've gone this year.
I just wondered because it said quarterly.
Yeah, and it, cause I think in the contract or whatever, it was quarterly that I haven't gone. That's the only time I've gone.
Okay. Just wondered because it was so vague, I'm like, what is this?
Yep.
But thank you.
Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion carried. Okay, puts us down to Montcalm County Buzz, Chris?
We really don't have anything, we haven't done anything as far as anything new, it's just, like I say, resolutions and stuff that we do every year. Or like Commission on Aging and stuff like that, where they get grants and stuff, and just, sign those and moved on with those. The only new thing that's come up is at the committee of the whole meeting this month, we found out that we're gonna be eligible for $50,000, 2022 and 2023, more ARPA money.
How come you guys get
I
one?
don't know for sure.
You got a lot to begin with.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask you guys, if anything's coming out here, this is gonna be with our revenue sharing, I believe, it's gonna come with that. And we have to fill out a resolution, it'll go through the full board in another week here. So we just approved to send it to the full board right now, but
Okay, but they think it'll come in through revenue sharing, cause that's on sales
I
tax.
think that's what they were saying, this is, it's gonna be part of our
Okay.
revenue sharing, but $50,000 twice, we're gonna get another $100,000, looks like,
Okay,
so.
people are knocking on your door again.
Other than that, that's about it. Oh, our animal control situation, we haven't hired a new officer yet. We had 2 they were looking at, and they both ended up turning it down. So they're still taking applications for that position.
Is that because of the boss, or?
Well, the boss, the head girl quit, and,
I mean, her boss.
oh, my, brother. Yeah, actually, there was a little rift between the 2 of them, and she wrote a grievance, and the grievance was turned down, and I guess she didn't like it, and she quit. I don't know the whole story, but, I'm not gonna get involved with it any more than I have to, because I don't like to see any micromanaging, and that's Brenda's job to be her manager. And if it's something that can't be handled there, then I have to go talk to us, but, that's her job, and.
Yep.
Take care of it.
Okay, fire report, you might do this anything?
Yeah, it's new record. Santa Claus is coming.
They got a D set on that, did they?
Well,
12/17, Santa Claus will be in town. Okay, DPW, Mike?
working on leaves. Seems like they all came down at once, I'm trying my best. Hopefully, right now I'm on straight toe. Hopefully by Friday I'll have straight toe done in the South Shore. And I'll start my rounds again, and hopefully some of the places it'll be the third time, and it won't be bad. It's just right now, like I said, I got a pile probably 4 foot tall, 6 foot wide, and my leaf back is only 10 cubic foot. So I've been doing a lot of running and dumping, so just be patient, I'm getting there.
Mike, how many trips do you make back and forth?
For the past 3 days,
Mm-hmm.
it's been 11 trips.
And how long does it take you to
But
do?
that's only going, sorry,
Okay, when I go over here on the cove, the gentleman down the hill,
Mhm.
he stopped me one day and he asked me what I was doing with the leaves. I said, I'm taking them to the solar plant in the back
Yeah.
dumping. He said, follow me. I followed him. He's got that property right back there. He says, you can dump them there. I says, how much you want? He says, as many as you can give me. So that helps out a lot there, instead of me running from there all the way to the solar plant back and forth. When I get the straight toe, I'll divide it, then I'll go to the solar plant. Colonel Point and Shepherd Drive, I could, when that leaf back is full, I leave there, go dump at the solar plant, get back to Shepherd Point, and what you call it, it's a half hour.
And how big is your truck?
My truck,
Or the,
the leaf back,
yes,
10 cubic yards.
thank you.
So, it's just, like I said, probably Friday I'll have it caught up again, then I can start Monday again, do my rounds again, and it won't be as bad. I'll just apologize, if I could work 24 hours, I would, but can't do that. I've done that plenty of times, don't wanna do it again.
Thank you.
anything else, Mike?
That's it.
Thanks, Mike. Duck Lake improvement, Dave?
Yeah, just on the Duck Lake, we've gotten our weed survey results back and we have the water quality results back. I'll be calling a special meeting either late November or early December to go over the results from the summer's summer weed surveys and water quality. So I'll be calling the meeting probably late November, maybe the first week in December, once I can summarize them. And that's it.
You need to mention that letter you gave me at the TV, what you're gonna do about your raising your, you don't need to say anything about that.
About
tax assessment.
Tax assessments,
that letter is, I
I've
sent,
got the letter,
yeah, I gave it to,
yeah,
but he emailed it to me.
I didn't know if you need to bring it up at the board.
no.
He mentioned it
Okay.
last month.
It's just something I have to notify you
Right.
and the treasurer that that assessment stays the same.
Right. Yeah, I just
You're
need
okay.
paperwork such as you give me, and that way I can put it in the file, that's.
Downtown Development Authority, Dave?
Yeah, I've got several things there. The DDA is the revitalization or the facade grant program documentation. We've updated that. We revised it to simplify the process, to make it easier for the businesses in town to apply for the grant. We've increased the grant maximum to $2,000 from $1,500. We're gonna be mailing out the grant information or the application information in December, early December. We'll have it mailed out. Additional summer and winter banners, we have purchased additional ones. So I think we have all the summer and winters that we need, but we're now in the process of getting the brackets, the bands and the brackets. As soon as those come in, we'd like to put up the winter banners or help assistance with putting them up. Let's see what else. Planning has started for the Winter Festival. Winter Festival this year will be on February 17th, third weekend in February. Anybody wants to help with that, contact Deb Woodard. I see you have the Sparks grant on the agenda, but I'd like to, we're looking at that. Michigan has a new Spark grant program out. We'd like to review the details of that and a proposed project with the board, and I'll try to set up a meeting with the board as soon as our materials are ready, so we've got it all together. And to help with some of that, we'd like to utilize a room here at the community center where we can work on a proposal, also to work on sessions for the Winter Festival. And I don't know if the room is being used or not, but the first one on the right going down to the elementary section, if that's not being used, I'd like to reserve it for the DDA for a while.
I don't think anybody ever uses it.
There's still books in there.
The one on,
That's
First one on the
right.
right, first one on the right, no.
As you start down the elementary, the first one on the right, I think it's been used before, it's got a couple of rooms there.
okay.
And we'll put a table in there and chairs, and that way we can put stuff on the wall. It also has a chalkboard, comes in handy for doing what I call random, development work. So if it's okay with the
Yep.
board, we'd like to use that. That's it.
Thanks, Dave.
And I put on in your thing today, David sent me these pictures of the sidewalk that was raised down kind of in front of, well, it's right across the street from Oliver's. So I don't know what, because it looks like it's the panel that's involved with this, whatever, break. Is that road commission, is that gonna be road commission, is that gonna be sewer, who?
We were going back and forth, is that one raised or is the other one dropped?
I think that one's raised.
I think it's raised, it's about 1.5 to 2 inches, so it's triple, we'll put it that way, something can triple.
There are some others throughout town, that we need to look at too, so I didn't know, like I said, because of that culvert there, I wasn't sure if that's, can we just, I don't know, I'm asking. Is that the one that the road commission?
Yeah, I think that's the one the road commission just fixed last year or so.
Thought so. Do we need to talk to the road commission?
I'd say something to Mark, but I imagine we'll just have to probably get our sidewalk fixed and
If we tear up the sidewalk, it's gonna involve their culvert, right? I'll talk to Mark if that's okay.
Yeah.
But I just think, so if anybody's riding around town looking, look at the other places that we might need to address some of the decorative sidewalk.
I think that's an actual county drain.
So that's why I wasn't sure if it's drain commission we need to talk to or the road commission.
Didn't the road commission fix that, Chris?
I think they did. I think so.
I talked to Mark about it before, and he said they'd fix the drain, but they weren't gonna fix the sidewalk, but when Pat was there in Moultonburg, he said the sidewalk was definitely the problem with the drain, cause it sucked the dirt out and it busted that up and eased it and everything else in there, he said that should be theirs to fix, well, Mark never would fix it. Pat always told me it should be theirs, so. Now Pat's gone, of course. Yeah.
Okay. Puts us down, Montcalm Police Report, officers here tonight.
Alright, for the month of October, the sheriff's office had a total of 175 and a half hours in the Township of Crystal. There were 35 criminal investigations resulting in 3 criminal arrests, 29 traffic stops, 167 property inspections, and a total of 2,549 miles of patrol. Highlight I have here is a fraud investigation that happened on Main Street. Basically, the victim had an iPhone and they Googled the number for Apple support. And I don't know if you folks are aware, but one of the first phone numbers that pops up is a scam phone number. There's not much we can do to take that down, but just so everybody's aware, make sure that your iPhone should have a number in it for you to call. Just know that, just because it's on Google doesn't mean it's correct. That's about all we can do about it. Do you have any questions?
Thank you. Correspondence, we have legal, J. Melvin, G. Earls, and P. Vance, by all seawall permits.
One of them is dredging,
Dredging.
the other two I think are seawall.
Montcalm Board of Commissioners variance hearing on 2819 South Shore. It's down unfinished business, American Rescue Plan. Still just sitting on that.
At this point, yeah, we
Okay.
have the CMS and the sewer generator.
I was hoping he was here, because I have some questions about the CMS application.
Me too. I'd like a better map.
Can we,
He'll probably, usually he's here at the board meetings.
That one was just hard to read and to see where it went for sure. That's my question, you guys probably may have more. I have a basic thought here, I'm gonna ask Mike August this. A bigger leaf back, how much would that help you?
that's what I was gonna, that's right.
He's gonna
It's
check,
not-
I told him when he got caught up, maybe before next year, he's check and see what ours is worth and what a bigger one would cost.
Exactly, and I realize it's too late for this year, but, yeah, for the future.
Would definitely
That's what
help.
I was thinking, and that's what I have written down is, I think that the time that you spend going back and forth could be utilized with you, so that's where I was going with that.
Low torches are cheaper.
Low
torches.
Low torches.
Well, we keep the funny part, that way.
Just need more ears.
Right. Okay, new business, geese roundup resolution.
The previous resolution expires, well, the one we had expires June of 2023, and they usually do the goose roundup at the end of June. So therefore, they need a new one before Eagle will talk to them about getting things set up for the 2023 goose roundup.
And it's a 4-year program, it says here.
Yeah. So it's really just a renewal of the existing resolution.
Okay.
So I would make a motion that we approve the resolution to approve the roundup of the Canadian geese on Crystal Lake.
I'll second.
Motion by Pat, second by Nancy to support the resolution for the goose roundup around Crystal Lake. All in favor,
I
say
would do
aye.
a roll call.
Oh.
Alicia?
Aye.
Pat, yes. Kurt?
Yeah.
Nancy?
Yes.
Sarah?
Yes.
Thank you.
That moves us down to the Spark grant.
And that was us, and Dave's given us a little bit of an eye-opener. It is a $65 million grant pool that is basically for Parks and Rec. And kind of dovetailing into Sherry's question on where are we with Wolverine in that respect, when we were speaking with Matt Biolet about the sewer project, he said, have you guys heard of the Sparks grant? And had it written down, said, yes, we totally have. He said, well, whoever is working on that project as the contact and the overarching, which would be Wolverine, he said, get them on that now, because it's between $100,000 and $1 million awards. And priority is gonna be given to shovel-ready projects. So if we're kind of in no man's land with that park, it could be stackable and take care of something that we already got cooking.
Right.
And I'm more than happy to help. I know you're ramping up election stuff, Patty, but, yeah, I am available to help with any of that, not shoveling more work on anyone else. I went through the, pre-application, and it basically, they need the stuff that you already have, and it is the first round is quite easy. Deadline for the first round is December the 19th. And they will disperse, I think, 15 million, and then there are 2 more rounds that are dispersing 25 million at those times.
Do we need a motion to have,
So what are we thinking, I'm just,
okay, sorry, Ben.
no, what are we thinking, what are the thoughts? I'm
Well, we-
stackable, I don't know what that
We
means.
know.
It's a stackable grant, meaning if we have a grant for our park project, which we do,
Right,
and we have done the matching, this one doesn't require a match, but it gives you more points if you have a match. And it can go on top of grants you've already received.
okay, so what project,
We know that we're not gonna be able to complete the whole picture with the money we are
Okay.
getting. So
that's what
this
I'm
would
asking, I'm just
expand
trying
on
to
it.
see where we're going here.
Yeah, so going to Wolverine and saying, okay, let's assess where we are now and what the plan is, and how much we can get done with what we have.
Which is what they were gonna do.
Right. So
Yeah.
getting to that point, then we'll know, okay, we are short how much, and if we could put in for a grant to cover that, or maybe to cover bathrooms, or something, you know, that would make it a little sweeter for everybody.
How much you wanna go for?
I think she needs some figures.
Yeah, we need to get some Wolverine information first and figure out how much we're gonna be sitting with.
How far can we go?
Yeah.
They already told us we're not gonna
Right.
be able to do that many tiers.
Right.
Labor cost, construction cost, the type of materials we pick out, it's all gonna affect that.
Motion to give her permission to do it?
I would say. She made a motion, I just seconded it.
Motion by Sarah, second by Nancy, to work on Sparks grant. Sarah said she'd help. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. Moves us down to the lighting district.
Well, if we wanna charge, everybody for streetlights again, we need a motion to do so.
Cause we ran out of that fund, right, that we had built up.
We just put it on last year, we just put it back on last year. So are you gonna put it on again this year?
I should.
I think you should.
Okay, so I'll make a motion that we, put the lighting district, special assessment back on tax roll for the winter 2022.
Lighting district on tax roll for,
Winter 2022.
I'll second it.
Motion,
It will just remain the same, I can't see any reason to change any of the figures.
motion by Nancy, second by Patty to put the lighting district back on the 22 winter tax collection. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion carried. 23-24 border review.
We just need to appoint our board of review, which is Robert Muscat, Richard Walthorn, Kim Morgan, and, Michelle Becker is alternate. I make a motion to appoint those people to the 23-24 board of review.
I'll second that.
Motion by Patty, second by Nancy to put Bob, Dick, Kim, and Becker Girl on as a assistant. All in favor, say aye.
Hi.
Aye.
All opposed, motion carried. That put us down to public comment again. Karen,
I just wanna say that the new little pavilion at the old boat landing looks really nice,
thank you.
like that.
Mike, since you brought, I don't know if it's too late, we need to get, cause that cement out front for handicap. Can you paint them, or we gotta hire someone to?
We need signage for
I've got the stencils
I'll get a hold of Mark, and I think the county will make us signs to put up there. Maybe I need to get the company, they'll probably drive us a post.
Yeah, I'll get that. I'll get leave now.
In your spare time.
Yeah.
Spare time, yeah, no problem.
Chris,
Kurt, I forgot, we're putting up the Christmas decorations tomorrow in town on the streets.
Good timing.
Yeah. We know while the weather's nice this year.
It's already up.
anybody else?
Motion to adjourn?
I guess.
I'll second that.
Motion by Nancy, second by Patty, adjourn at 7:30. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried.
Great meeting.